Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Which One's Real, Which One's Fake, which I guess is a new thing that I'm doing with some watches because I really enjoy buying the real version of the watch and comparing it to the fake versions that are out there. And let's not even call them fakes anymore. They call replicas. You can get one-to-one clones. You can get various types of mechanisms done, whether you want it from Swiss or whether you want it from a Japanese manufacturer. So there's a variety out there of basically replicas. Some of them are, the legal boundaries are not quite clear. A lot of fakes are seized upon entry into the United States, but so there's quite a variety of fakes, and people will pay thousands of dollars for fakes sometimes. So I love to compare the real one to the fake one at times when I can afford to get both, which I think is kind of fun when I can. So without further ado, I got a couple of watches in my pocket right now. So let's see what we're going to compare today. We are going to compare, let's see, which one of these is a fake Cartier Santos? Which one of these? We have this one. Okay. We have this one. Okay. We have this one. Okay. And we have let's see what else we have. We have this one. Okay, so let's see the variety that we have here. So, and you guys will tell me which is the real one, which is the fake one. I'm not going to tell you until the very end of the video. So basically, this is a Cartier Santos. It looks like it's a large one. They come in various sizes, and for the average consumer, they call them small, medium, and large, as opposed to the millimeters that the case may be, such as a 38 versus a 32 versus 35, whatever the case may be. So this is their large one, and so it's you know, looks like a Cartier, ticks like a Cartier. It's definitely an automatic. You can also tell it's an automatic by the way that the seconds turn on it. So the seconds, let me hold it up right for you. The seconds are turning, and see how they kind of just turn without tick, 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 tick. They're continuous. It's a continuous turn of the second hand. That's one of the ways you can tell an automatic versus a quartz watch. So this is an automatic watch. It looks like a Cartier watch. It has jewel right here. Has all the proper banding. Okay, so definitely, there's a lot of glare there. Let's see if we can get rid of some of that glare here. Maybe not. We'll see. Oh, here we go. Okay, so there it is. On the inside, you have the standard Cartier inscriptions. All right, so let's weigh it as we like to do. So we're coming in at, let's tear that. Gotta wait for that. Let's tear that. Okay, and it looks like we have a 54 grammer, 57 grammer. Alright, 57 grammer. This is a green dial Cartier. Alright, maybe it's real, maybe it's not. Let's move on to the next one. We have another green Cartier. This one also automatic. Look at how, again, the second hand, if it focuses here for us, there we go. If the second hand is going properly, okay, for an automatic watch, it just sort of glides. It doesn't go tick, tick, tick. Okay, it's got its jewel. Alright, quite a nice jewel there. It's got the band, insignia. It's got the inscriptions on the inside of that bad boy. Let's weigh this bad boy. And this one's coming in at 146. 146 is the number this is giving us. Alright, this is also a large size, or should be a large size. Let's compare these two. Yep, very much the same there. Let me put the, so you can see it equally there. Okay. So which one is the real one and which one is the fake one? Okay. So this is 157. This was only 57, I believe it was. Okay. Now we have another one. This one's a little different. It's a blue dial Cartier. See the blue dial there. This also has a jewel. Okay. You want to compare it to some of the other jewels. Okay. So it's got its insignia, strap. It's got the standard. Oh, I forgot to take this off. Oh, that's stuck on. Oh no, there it comes. Sometimes I forget to take these things off, these watches. Little protective tapes that they have. Okay, so there's our insignia. Again, let's weigh this one. This one weighs 140. Okay. So 144. Alright. Now, there is one other difference here, and that is, so these two, they don't really have, they're very flat squares, okay? They have no roundness to them at all. They're both very, very, very flat squares. Okay, and Cartier loves to do their squares, and these are very flat squares. This one, which is the one that weighed less, also has a slightly rounded curve, which is not a perfect square, but sits better on the wrist. The jewel is obviously also a lot smaller compared to this one. Okay. Then there's this one. This is the small Cartier Santos that they sell. So this is also an automatic. And this is, sorry, hold it this way. This is also an automatic. Try and give you less glare here. Oh well, okay. This is also an automatic, and it prevents you from striking the crown by these little bumpers there. Okay, it's a very small one. It's for men or women, doesn't matter. It's just cheaper because it's smaller. So let's weigh this bad boy, and this one is coming in hot at just about well, it doesn't really want to weigh on my particular scale because it's just not heavy enough. So it's weighs in at 0 grams, which of course course, it's not the actual weight, but you know, what are you gonna do? So again, in review, we have this Cartier compared to this is the other green Cartier. And then we're going to try to get them all up there with the blue Cartier. Okay. And we have our baby Cartier small as well. Okay, so the first important question is, are any of these real? And the answer is yes. 2 of these are real, 2 of these are not. Well, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The blue one is not real. It really does a great job of emulating the real one. The blue is not blue enough. The jewel is slightly malpositioned, and it weighs a lot more actually than a Cartier Santos would weigh. So again, weight tells us, except this time it's about it weighing less. So that means that this green one, which weighed at 100 and some odd grams, was also fake. This one is nicely positioned jewel. The greener is much greener. The bezel is very polished. It is a little too square though, because the real Cartier watch has a little bit of bend to it, which is the way it would be as it sits on your wrist, which of course has a little bit of bend to it. So you can see how the ends of the watch curve, whereas in this one they curve, whereas in this one they do not curve, whereas this one they do. Does not curve, they do. Also the thickness, the real one is actually significantly thinner, which is why it weighed less. But again, these are both large in size to the standard millimeters that Cartier uses, which I forget what it was. I think it was 38. And then this is a small one, which I think is a 28 or 30 millimeters. Yeah, this is real. This is a real one. It's just a small one, but it's a real one. And you know what? I think it's probably time to get a new scale. Etek City has been a great scale for me, but I know that this definitely weighs more than 0 grams. And if it's not registering like a watch, I think it's probably time to get rid of my scale. It doesn't change the fact that the scale is valid in relation to the fact that the real Cartier weighed less than the fake Cartiers. I just got to get a better scale to figure out the exact weights. Well, at least that was useful for this. This one is actually from many years ago, maybe even the 80s. This is this one is from 2025 or 2020, yes, 2025, this year. So I mean, it's just a timeless design, flawless detail, just wonderful. Everything about the bracelet is fantastic. It hasn't needed to change much because it is as perfect as a watch can get, really, to be honest. I personally prefer this brand to Rolex. We'll have some videos on that at some point as well, because this, to me, represents true timelessness. In any case, that's it. So, hope you had fun, and hope you were able to pick out the fake ones. But enjoy them regardless of whether you get the real one or the fake one, because the craftsmanship being put into these things, whether it's real or fake, is just on next level for a lot of this stuff. And it's nice to see such high level detail on these products, which are not going away at all, regardless of AI. Okay, goodbye.